Here we are in Marcy's house, reading Marcy Goes to Sleepaway Camp. It was early in the morning and Marcy was awake. Oh boy, today I'm going to sleepaway camp. I'm so excited. She told this to her pillow. But Marcy felt a little bit sad. Buttons, her cat, brushed up against her. And suddenly, Marcy began to cry. Buttons purred and with a very rough tongue licked Marcy's tears. I don't know what's the matter with me, she told Buttons. Mommy and Daddy think sleepaway camp is so great, but I'm a little bit, I'm sort of nervous. What if I miss them too much and I want to come home? Marcy stroked Buttons gently. Buttons purred, all curled up on her lap. Marcy wanted to tell her mom and dad how she felt, but something stopped her. Did you ever feel like you had something very important to share with your mom or dad, but something got in your way? Well, let's see how Marcy handled it. She kept her fears and concerns to herself. She decided to write a note instead. She told her mom and dad how much she loved them and how it would be okay if they did fun stuff without her. Aww. But she really wished they didn't have any fun without her. She was a very thoughtful little girl. Marcy looked at the clock. Gosh, it's only 7 o'clock. Why am I awake already? Everyone else is still asleep. Marcy suddenly felt jealous of her little sister because she wasn't going to sleepaway camp. She got to stay home with Mom and Dad, with Buttons the cat and their dog. Marcy was angry with Beth for being little enough to be able to stay home. It's very interesting. I bet everybody thought it was a good opportunity for Marcy to go to sleepaway camp. Meanwhile, Marcy wasn't seeing it that way. Marcy suddenly didn't want to be the big girl anymore. Not if it meant she'd have to go to sleepaway camp all alone. It's very natural to be afraid to do something new. It's natural to be excited, and it's natural to have concerns. I hope she shared these with her parents. Let's see what happened. The clock all of a sudden said 8:30. Wow, it's 8:30 already. Marcy thought time flew by. Uh-oh, she thought. I'll have to make sure I'm all packed. What if I forgot something? And then she heard Mom in the kitchen. Marcy, come down to breakfast. Marcy faked a smile, but really hoped that her mom would see through it and change her mind about sending Marcy to sleepaway camp. Oh my goodness, Marcy felt like they were sending her away. Aww. Thanks for breakfast, Mom. Can I have more milk in this cereal? Sure, honey. How's my big girl? Ready for your exciting adventure? Mom seemed excited. Mom, a huge part of me wants to stay home, but I'll go. Mom knew Marcy was nervous. Mom also knew that this was normal. She didn't want to give Marcy any ideas about being nervous, but she wanted Marcy to talk to her about it so she could tell her that she understood. But Marcy didn't say anything. Marcy didn't say, I'm nervous, or can we talk? And neither did Mom. I don't know. I think Mom probably should have said something. I can understand that Mom was concerned. She didn't want to say, Marcy, are you nervous? Or it's okay to be nervous. I get that. But maybe Mom could have said, Marcy, going away to sleepaway camp stirs up lots and lots of feelings. Let's talk about a few of them. Mom could have said something in an open-ended way. I mean, considering Mom thought that there was something going on, she probably should have said something. What do you think? Well, Marcy needed a break from school and from the rules of the house. All year long, she told her mom she didn't want to be told what to do. She wanted the freedom to make her own decisions, and sleepaway camp would give her the chance to see how much freedom she really wanted. So sleepaway camp sounded like a good idea. Sleepaway would help Marcy understand that although she could make it on her own, she might prefer to be a kid just a little longer. And that would be okay too. Marcy was very young, and even though she was very mature in many ways for her age, sometimes lessons weren't so easy to learn. The hours flew by, the car was loaded, and everyone buckled up. It was raining. Marcy was happy, nervous, excited, and sad, all at the same time. Finally, they arrived at camp. It wasn't so far away from home. Marcy saw all the children. She was curious to meet a few. And Mom had tears in her eyes. Could it be possible? Would her mom miss Marcy as much as Marcy would miss Mom? Marcy wondered if her mom and dad would even remember her after she went off to camp. These are real fears, but of course they wouldn't forget her. But little kids sometimes think interesting things. Marcy hugged and kissed her mom and dad goodbye and was glad to know that it would be only 2 Fridays before she'd see them again. This day was Thursday when she arrived to camp. The next day would be Friday, then Saturday. Then there would be one more Friday, and then one more Saturday, and then on Sunday her parents would visit. Oh, it's not so much time. That's good. And as Marcy's parents drove away, Marcy felt very good and very sad. That night was hard for Marcy. She couldn't fall asleep. The next day was full of fun, and Marcy was very excited. She had a good time, but then she had an argument with a girl who reminded her of Annie. Marcy missed her best friend, Nikki, and she missed Mom. She missed Dad, the dog, and cat also. I wonder if she missed Beth. Marcy didn't want to be there with a girl like Annie who was mean and tried to get her into trouble. That makes sense. I don't think anybody wants to be with somebody who's filled with all kinds of nastiness. A week passed by, and Marcy wrote her 7th letter to her mom and dad. In the first 2 letters, Marcy wrote that she had fun. Then in the next 4, she asked to be taken home. She said she had a stomach ache. In this letter, Marcy decided to be brave and just asked them to bring her a poster and more stamps on visiting day. As she wrote, kisses and hugs, Marcy heard a little girl quietly crying in the bed next to hers in the bunk. Oh, Marcy asked if she could help her. Aw, that was sweet of Marcy. Marcy was a very sweet girl. The little girl told Marcy she wanted to go home. Marcy was amazed. She thought she was the only one who felt that way. And Marcy asked, well, is there anything that I can do for you? The little girl smiled. She sniffed and said, no, thank you. I want to handle it on my own. Aw, she was an independent person, just like Marcy. Marcy began to realize there were other children who were homesick. She also noticed that there were some girls who were not homesick. She wondered what the difference was. How come some were homesick and others were not? Well, different people respond different ways to different things. But Marcy got curious. Marcy thought about what she was doing in camp and wondered what she was supposed to be thinking about. Would it be okay to prove to herself that she could be on her own and then choose to be a little girl again once she's home? Of course it was okay, but Marcy wasn't sure. She began to understand that it was her decision to make the sleepaway camp experience great or awful for herself. It would all depend on her attitude. Should Marcy let the mean girls ruin the rest of the camp experience for her? Was there anything good about camp at all? These are very good questions. And when we find ourselves in a situation that's new or sometimes a little scary, as long as we're safe and we know that there are people around us who we can go to for help if we need it, sometimes we need to learn how to adjust and figure out how we can learn the most that we can from the experience before moving on. Well, Marcy decided to begin to notice stuff at camp. She remembered that she hated camp too during the first week. And she related to the little girl who was also homesick. Okay, there was a day camp that Marcy went to. It talks about it a little bit here, and I'm going to talk to you about it. Marcy had some experiences in a day camp that she hated a long time ago, and that was something that impressed Marcy and made Marcy grow up a lot. She didn't like an experience. She came home and she told Mom about it. And then as the experience continued, day after day after day, Marcy found ways of enjoying the experience. So Marcy remembered that she hated day camp a long time ago, a year ago. And that was during the first week of day camp. And she came home from day camp and told her mom she never wanted to go back. And now it was hard to remember why. Because when we have an experience that upsets us, if we find positive lessons surrounding that experience, after months or years pass, we luckily remember the lessons and the positive experience and a little bit about what was not so good, but that part isn't as big in our memory as the lessons and the positive experiences. So Marcy remembered that and thought, well, let's see. I'm at camp and there are no math tests, and that's good. I don't have to eat vegetables if I don't want to. There's no homework. Nobody makes me wash my face. The dog doesn't jump on me. I don't have to set the table every night or bring up garbage cans. Those are good. And here at camp, I get mail. Beth isn't in my way at all. I don't have to deal with Beth. That's good. So I guess that Marcy was realizing she was counting her blessings and she was thinking about all the good things that camp gave her that she didn't get at home. And she started to look at the situation through a positive lens. Remember, you may remember a story, Marcy changes her attitude. Well, it looks like Marcy was using some of those skills here. Let's see what else happened. So I don't have to deal with Beth, and that's good, and I get to play outside every day and pick whatever outfit I want to wear, and I can write letters if I want to, and I'm mostly in charge of myself. It sounds like Marcy's having a pretty good experience thinking about all the good stuff camp is giving her. I have a flashlight. I can read at night if I want to under my blanket, as long as I'm quiet. I get to do arts and crafts every day. That's good. I get to swim twice each day. Hey, camp isn't that bad, and I only have 2 more weeks. I'm not even going to be here for a whole month. It's only a total of 26 days. You know, Marcy had a talent for looking at the bright side of things, and that's how she changed her attitude. I'm very proud of Marcy. So in 4 days, my parents will visit, and then I only have 15 days left. And not only, she was good at math, too. You get that feeling? She was good at math. That isn't so bad, and it became very clear that Marcy didn't have so many days left, and it was all up to her to enjoy them. Is camp perfect? No. Is anything perfect? No. What bothered Marcy most was not having Mommy and Daddy there to hug and kiss goodnight. That was the biggest part of the problem. But Marcy got a letter almost every day from Mom, Dad, Aunt Pam, Uncle Steve, Grandma, Grandpa, and that felt great. Each letter was like a hug and a kiss. So Marcy made a decision. I'm going to try to find 3 good things about each day I'm here in camp. I'm going to try to enjoy stuff that's fun and not let anybody ruin this amazing experience for me. Marcy was taking charge. Good for her. I only have 18 days left from today. Then I go back home to Mom, Dad, Beth, Buttons, the dog, and then school. What I have to do now is make good memories for myself. And she made a decision. Marcy made up her mind to deal with the bad and tough stuff, avoid the annoying girls, and hang around with the nice kids. She realized that some counselors are really just big kids themselves. They're just a bit older. And not every counselor is a good role model. Not every adult is a good role model. As long as Marcy was safe at night in the bunk and the counselor was doing her job right, Marcy stopped being so tough on the counselors. Mom and Dad would be her role models. That was a decision Marcy made. Counselors were sort of just like babysitters from Marcy's point of view. She didn't have to follow their example. She just had to behave and not get into trouble. So she had to learn the rules. Marcy had to follow the rules, like make her bed and keep the bunk neat and clean. That was something she helped her fellow bunkmates do. That was teamwork. Marcy was good at teamwork and following logical rules. I'm going to be just fine, Marcy decided, and that's exactly what she was. I hope you enjoyed listening to the story about Marcy and Sleepaway Camp. Thank you so much for joining me in Marcy's World, and I hope you come back and listen to the next story. Bye-bye for now.